When I returned to WWE, I knew not everyone was going to be thrilled. Drew McIntyre made it clear to everyone watching that he was one of those people with an axe to grind. I don't know, maybe it's jealousy that I could be gone for over a decade and still have fans talking about me while he was on top. But then at the 2024 Royal Rumble, Drew nearly took it all away when his Future Shock DDT tore my tricep. So instead of competing at WrestleMania, I had to sit and watch. But I still managed to get involved.
Punk just dropped McIntyre on the table!
And then again at Clash in the Castle.
Oh my God! The balls of CM Punk!
And again at Money in the Bank, ruining Drew's cash-in.
Punk with the title to the face of McIntyre!
Good times. But I was finally cleared to return to action shortly after, and now we could finally settle things in the ring. SummerSlam saw him victorious after some truly atrocious officiating from Seth Rollins, but I'd get my payback at Bash in Berlin when I beat him in a grueling strap match. That put the series at 1-1, with both of us looking to attack the other whenever possible. Now, this chaos led to one feasible outcome. It was time for us to go to hell in a cell. Beating Drew at Hell in a Cell was brutal, exhausting, and probably took years off of my life. But getting my arm raised was all worth it. Let's go back to that night, Bad Blood 2024. Get Drew in the cell, and let's show him that you can say whatever you want to about me, but when you bring a man's dog into things, that's a line you do not cross.
Drew McIntyre steps inside Hell for the third time in his career.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
He's yet to win this matchup. Most notably, he lost the WWE Championship to Randy Orton in the cell 4 years ago. Tonight, Drew McIntyre hopes to end that losing streak and CM Punk's career. You know, Corey, another interesting statistic. Drew McIntyre made his premium live event debut 15 years and 1 day ago. Ironically, in the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Oh, how Drew McIntyre has come so far from that day.
It has been a complete transformation since those days. This is a vengeful Scottish psychopath before us now, and I don't think anyone has given reason for Drew's wrath more than CM Punk.
It was 27 years ago to the day in St. Louis when the Hell in a Cell structure first surrounded the ring. The Undertaker faced Shawn Michaels in an epic battle. Since that night, Hell in a Cell has made history.
It's made history while simultaneously tearing flesh, shattering bodies, ending careers, and altering lives.
You can see by the look in McIntyre's eyes, he has one mission here tonight: to end CM Punk for good.
CM Punk in his career is 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, but this is his first time in the cell in nearly 11 years. Right here in Atlanta, CM Punk actually had a Hell in a Cell match and walked out victorious.
Yeah, but with all the disdain between Punk and McIntyre, I will be surprised to see anybody walking out of this structure in one piece tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And there's really no room to mince words. These men want to end each other's careers. They want to maim each other. They want to send each other to the hospital.
Well, if sending your opponent to the emergency room is the prime objective, I can't think of a more suitable setting. Punk has to tap into that side of himself tonight if he wants to walk out of the cell, or out of Atlanta at all. He said that Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
McIntyre said earlier, this is not going to be a classic. This is not going to be cinema. This is going to be mutually assured destruction. This is the final match in what has already been a brutal series between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This is the 53rd match in history being settled inside this 20-foot-high steel structure.
This is the only place it could have ended between these two. Drew has vowed to destroy the man who taught him how to hate. Punk knows in order to destroy the monster, he has to become a monster.
Oh, man.
This is not wholly unfamiliar territory, psychologically speaking, for CM Punk. If you look back to Punk's career on a time, he admitted in order to destroy the monsters of the world, he himself must become a monster. He said Drew McIntyre's made him the man his worst critics say he is.
Punk has said this is not the man he wants to be, but Drew McIntyre has taken him to that place. And it's the devil Punk needs to tap into once to walk out of the Hell in a Cell.
And an elbow. Uh-oh.
Impressive awareness from him.
We've had the opportunity to talk to some of the legends who have been in Hell in a Cell over the years. You ask a guy like The Undertaker, Wade, who's been inside this structure 14 times in his career. Every time he left, he was never the same.
That in and of itself is nothing short of miraculous. I doubt that record will ever be topped.
And how long can you last? How deep can you dig? How long will you be locked in this structure? You ask guys like Triple H and Shawn Michaels who had the longest ever Hell in a Cell match in over 47 minutes. Well, Punk and McIntyre.
There it is. He could end it here.
A kick out before the referee can get to one.
He's not letting anyone get away with a lazy pig.
Look at this. This can't be good. Sit out, powerbomb. It all began last November with the return of CM Punk, and that ticked off a lot of superstars, including Drew McIntyre, who believed Punk wanted to kill this business, and CM Punk had no business being back in WWE. The company had buried for a decade, and that has driven us to tonight in the final match in this trilogy between Punk and McIntyre.
You got to think about this. Drew McIntyre's never won inside Hell in a Cell.
And a spear through the cell wall with a spear!
I don't think anyone expected the wall to give way like that, least of all him.
Starting his climb up the cell with absolutely no fear.
Well, he's officially made it to the top of the structure. This could end so badly for him.
All caution has been thrown out the window. This is pure chaos now.
Standing on top of the cell, looking out over the entire WWE Universe.
I wonder if he's starting to regret making that climb.
No way!
You gotta be kidding me!
Hit or miss. Jumping from the cell like that can cause lasting injuries.
Here he goes, ascending the cell.
Does he even know what he's doing? Does he know how close he is to flirting with disaster?
Making it to the top of the cell, and he's fully embraced the chaos now.
I can't imagine what he's thinking about doing next from up there.
The only good thing to ever come out of reaching the top of that cell.
Uranagi by Punk. He turns it
Into the Anaconda Vice.
a couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. Boom! Read that one.
What's it gonna take to end it? It might be this.
The go to sleep. GTS from Punk.
The lights are dimming for McIntyre.
Oh, that's a chop you don't want to be on the receiving end of.
As this battle rages on top of the cell, you wonder how this all ends.
I'm afraid badly is the only answer. Nothing good can come from this situation.
Calculating the next move here.
Thrown down to the ground.
Right onto the punishing steel structure. It doesn't get any more brutal.
Punk never saw that coming. Looks like he's trying to regain some control here.
Brief sign of adrenaline from Drew.
Gutbuster.
And this is what Hell in a Cell is all about. Absolute punishment all over the structure.
Oh man, that's just not right. Able to steer clear of danger there.
Gets lifted into position. Oh my God. He just crashed through the top of the cell.
And he just experienced firsthand the nightmare everyone has when they sign on the dotted line for a Hell in a Cell match.
From above.
Here we go. Wow, cross body. And he's going back to the top. Oh!
Punk avoids the attack.
Calf kick on the money.
Big clothesline. Looking to go up high. McIntyre returning to the ring.
Blast off!
Off the top rope, a diving hammer strike.
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, go to sleep.
Now CM Punk needs this.
From above.
From the top.
Diving double axe handle. Looking to explore every inch of hell here now. Uh-oh, Punk taking a look apron now.
Got a wrench. Looking to tune someone up.
He quickly slides into the ring.
It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to end Punk's career, ruin Punk's life tonight.
And Punk looks like he wants to do the same to McIntyre.
Listen, Punk said, despite the best efforts of my family to stop me from going into this matchup, he says, I can't afford a Hell in a Cell match at this point in my career, but if this means the end of my career, so be it, because I have to end Drew McIntyre.
Well, that just speaks volumes to how deeply under the skin of CM Punk McIntyre managed to get.
And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the second six, and he's paying for it now.
Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some.
And able to skirt around that attack.
Corey, you probably know CM Punk better than any of us. You've seen Punk. You've seen the good and the bad side of this man.
Yeah, but even myself, I don't know what Punk is truly capable of.
Claymore!
Punk's got a problem here.
Hit on CM Punk. Oh, my God.
Barely more than one. What on earth are we witnessing?
And where McIntyre goes from here is unknown. Drew is accustomed to putting out so many men with that maneuver.
Punk and McIntyre might be setting a whole new standard of brutality in this business.
Fighting like there is no tomorrow because for one of these men, there might not be. maneuvering, managing to avoid that bit of offense.
And you notice the black armband on the left bicep of McIntyre. He told us he was wearing that tonight because this was Punk's funeral. He was wearing black out of, quote, respect for CM Punk.
McIntyre also wanted to offer his apologies in advance for what he does to the straight-edge superstar.
Certainly a master stroke of mind games. We'll find out.
McIntyre perhaps looking for that kill shot, looking to end this thing with.
Turns that in his favor.
Turn out the lights.
Targeting the head.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys.
And he locks it up. He makes the choice to abandon the hold. McIntyre turns things around.
Quick exchange, reversing the reversal.
Oh, jarring uppercut. Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move.
Man, what timing on that counter.
Cracked with a Mongolian chop.
Oof, hitting him with that wrench.
Boom!
And now McIntyre is being neutralized.
Punk finding the will to turn the tides inside the cell. He's got McIntyre reeling. Ooh!
CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there. He's locked.
Not sure what he's thinking, letting go here. Bam! Just beat down with that wrench.
And he's only got one thing on his mind right about now.
Punk missed with a wrench and a low blow by McIntyre.
Remember, that is completely legal. It is distasteful, but it's highly effective. And all the wind knocked out of Punk's sails.
Who cares about being tasteful when you're locked inside of Hell in a Cell, Wade? Drew McIntyre came here to destroy Punk once and for all.
And now McIntyre going to introduce the steel steps into this matchup. The Scottish Warrior, this Terminator, just destroying Punk.
Well, you wanted hell, Punk? You're getting hell. You are locked in there, no escape, and your demise may be imminent.
Punk trying to summon the will to continue, and what does McIntyre have inside of that little bag, gentlemen?
I can only imagine what this sicko has in mind.
The Scottish psychopath cooking up something dastardly, no doubt.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Adding insult to injury.
Those are the beads of Punk's bracelet.
We're the beads of Punk's bracelet. And McIntyre now looking to just finally put Punk away.
No! McIntyre might have just broken his back.
Oh God, the sharp edge of that steel digging in to the lower back of McIntyre, who may be crippled. And now with the upper hand is CM Punk.
This is one of the most brutal matches I've ever witnessed inside Hell in a Cell.
Punk trying to shove those beads down McIntyre's throat. Here it comes, the end.
GTS connects. Cover off the go to sleep by Punk. And he got him. What a win, what a match.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
CM Punk earned this victory.
Such a drawn-out, heated rivalry, but finally conquering McIntyre is CM Punk.